Greetings, everyone. This is Rock and Roll Spot Convention with the Weekly Comic Book Roundup. We made our way through this week's Marvel books as well as House of Slaughter. Now it's time for this week's DC books. We're going to start things off briefly with the Dawn of DC Primer. So this is a free one-shot that DC produced as kind of a means of, well, setting the stage for the Dawn of DC initiative. I guess it's really kicking into high gear now rather than, at the beginning of the year when Dark Crisis ended. Weird, but whatevs. So, the main thing here is a brief story while sending the Peacemakers as well as two additional operatives to Lazarus Island for the Helmet of Hate. Amanda Waller meets with a bunch of costumed killers. One of whom pulls a gun on her, and well, she kind of shows why she is who she is. But and before she drops the body she drops, she's asked who she's working for, who's pulling her strings. So, but after taking down the guy who questioned her, she puts it out on the table. Total pardon and clean record to anyone who kills a superhero. And yes, the Peacemakers did happen to find the Helmet of Fate. Or Helmet of Hate. Not Fate. Hate. The rest of the issue is just kind of little sidebars to talk about what's coming for the other for the various DC relaunches. So, yeah. So, we kind of already knew that Waller was going to be a problem. It was set up at the end of Dark Crisis. So, anyways, moving on, we've got Batman Superman World's Finest, number 15. Where we left off, the mysterious death of Simon Stagg had been revealed to actually be the death of an android designed to look like Simon Stagg. Look and act like, even. And while Batman tried to rein in Stagg's daughter's fiance, Metamorpho, Superman and Robin were dealing with the creator of the android, in this case, Professor Anthony Ivo, the creator of Amazo. So, what happens is, all over the world, robots go haywire. While the Ultramazo seems to be bringing down seems to be handling Superman fairly easily, as he can mimic kryptonite. But Metamorpho and Batman show up. Metamorpho saving Superman, while Batman has apparently made a bat armor made of the Metal Men. However, the tide turns. Also, among others, the Doom Patrol are affected. Remember, Robot Man, the Doom Patrol is affected. And Mechanique is the villain they're after, but Both Mechanique and Robot Man, being robots, are affected. But the tide turns against Batman and Superman. The Metal Men escape, even though Superman Metamorpho basically forms a lead suit around Superman so that he's able to deal with Ultra Mazo, but Batman and Superman are taken prisoner. Genres of the Unknown are dealing with Ultimac. And the Metal Men take Batman and Robin and Metamorpho elsewhere to come up with a plan. Metamorpho gets in Robin's face about it, and well, Robin returns the favor. However, Robin realizes they need reinforcements. So, Teen Titans are dealing with some kind of robot uprising on the coast of Maine. Whereas Batman and Superman discover that they're just the latest additions to the assembly line. Alongside Dr. Magnus, or Doctors Magnus and Cyber, Toyman, even the Bug-Eyed Bandit. All masters of robotics, advanced AI. And in fact, Ivo is also a prisoner, and so is the original Amazo. In charge of the whole operation is New Mazo. In Gotham, Batman gets Supergirl. Who's fighting Chemo. However, the Batmobile cuts him off. And it's and seemingly is about to run itself into a wall. And that is where the issue ends. I keep saying, I can't imagine not saying this, but seriously, World's Finest is the best DC book being put out right now. And there are some really good ones, including ones that feature characters I'm quite other characters I'm quite fond of, Nightwing. But yeah, and it just, you know, it's not gonna say, I'm not saying it tops itself, but it's, you know, it's always on the same level of quality. Moving on, though, to our next book, we've got Catwoman number 55. Where we left off, Selina had broken out of Blackgate with some of her, with some of the other inmates, and well, she was looking to take care of Gotham herself. And she maybe put Aiko Hasegawa into not in the best of situations. Her and Catwoman are dealing with the henchmen of Gotham's other crime families at the Kitty Cat Club. Aiko and Selina escape through the dressing room. Meanwhile, at Capolo's Market, Noah meets with Dario and basically says, you know, wants a fight to the death. So that Noah's dirty little secret stays a secret. Selina's still feeling... Selina back home is still feeling regret from what happened with Valmont. Dario shows up, tells her what's going on, and the Evanescus are once again making a move on on Gotham Harbor, but Aiko's there in a Catwoman outfit to clean, to keep the bay, and Selina shows up as well. They talk, with Selina explaining that, thanking her for for having been Catwoman while she was in jail, and also asking her to, for the moment, stop being Catwoman because, well, there are things that will help with Catwoman's plans in the city that Aiko already has. An identity, and a powerful one, that she's forged herself. Aiko Hasegawa doesn't need a mask. With Selina adding that they can clear the board and Aiko will eat well when they're done. But right now she needs Aiko's help, not Catwoman's. Aiko asking what Selina wants her to do, and Selina says, handle the Emanescus as hard as she can. As Aiko. Show them they have no quarter anywhere in Gotham that the Hasegawa clan rides. But Selina takes Dario for some training, pointing out that he hesitated. He can't do that. So they break into Dario's father's house, and basically, kind of a, hey, here's how things are going to be, and you can either be on my side, or you can be with me or against me. Don Tommaso informs Black Mask of the situation, and so it seems that Black Mask and the families, as well as the Tomasis, the families are going up against at least Sionis and Tommaso are going up against Catwoman. And that is where the issue ends. This is definitely playing out well so far. T. Howard's run is, at least I would say, a good continuation of Ram V's run. Moving on, though, to our next book, we've got Batman, The Brave and the Bold, #1. So, Batman Brave and the Bold is taking the place of Batman Urban Legends. So, like Urban Legends, it's excuse me. It is an anthology book. Our first story, The Winning Card, takes place during year 1. A threat's been made against a wealthy socialite, while at the same time Batman's looking for information concerning said socialite. And there's a man frantically calling the police about his daughter missing. The little girl was in the park. He looked away for a moment and she was gone. Turns out she went to play, but she lost sight of her dad. But she's found someone. The Joker. Who she talks with. Doesn't attack her or anything. They simply talk. As midnight approaches, Claridge, the wealthy Gothamite who's the threat on whose life Captain Jim Gordon is looking into, is obviously getting antsy at Wayne Manor, there's a shindig going on, and one of the guests who was really looking forward to talking to Bruce about business is being rather deprecating towards Bruce to Alfred. So Alfred being Alfred is well, yes, whatever. And like also keeping in mind everything the guy's saying to pass along to Bruce. Batman deals with the guy in the train yards he's been dealing with. At midnight, Claridge dies, so unknown circumstances. Bruce returns to his shindig. And talks with the rather belligerent party guest. And does kind of give him a taste of the Batman, glare and voice. The little girl's returned to her father, who's probably stabbed by the Joker, a former henchman of the Joker. And that is where part 1 ends. Next up, we've got Stormwatch, Down with the Kings. So, I don't remember. There was a one-shot recently that kind of hinted at the idea of Stormwatch being back. Operating out of the old Justice League satellite, which they've renamed Skywatch. Director Bones is in charge. The explanation being that he's there for plausible deniability for various government organizations. That said, Stormwatch has got a new recruit in the form of Phantom One, the former sidekick of Ghostmaker. Ravager feels a little jealous about this. Shadow is not entirely happy about makes some comments first about Phantom One's costume, and then about being all white, sticks out a mile away, and also white is seen as the color of surrender of cowards. Flint explains who Phantom One is. Winter also meets Phantom One as well as, and goes back to Dr. Zanto Zima, and finally, Core, who's basically powering the station, and the excess has been sold. Excess energy that he's been producing has been sold to the EU. But Stormwatch has a mission into Iron Heights. Singularity, a faction of Black Hole, are going to attempt to break Dr. William Husk, one of their leaders, out of Iron Heights. Black Hole and Singularity, by extension, have discovered how to harness both the Speed Force and the Negative Speed Force, incorporating them into some pretty impressive weaponry. Basically, they want the tech, and they want the Doctor to continue to make said tech. The rest of Singularity, well, no need to bring any of them in. So, Singularity's arrived, and with Stormwatch arriving shortly thereafter. Um, but during everything, a weapon is deployed that creates basically a singularity. Core goes in to absorb the energy while the rest of the team deal with Black Hole. An attempt is made to stop Flint with anti-Speed Force weaponry, though it's pointed out, yeah, Flint's a speedster, but no connection to the Speed Force. And, well, suffice to say that Bones is discussing things with his superiors. They're saying, well, you can call it a success, but let's say that Bones' bar for success is a bit low compared to that of his superiors. He makes sure to inform Bones that he and everyone on the team can be replaced. Next, we've got Superman and the Order of the Black Lamp. This appears to be another modern story. Superman saves a container ship from capsizing, and Clark Kent wrote about it for acting editor-in-chief of the Daily Planet, Lois Lane. But Lois says that the story was bland, which kind of goes with the whole idea that Clark doesn't like to write about himself. Apparently, Perry was keeping the subscriber numbers under wraps. And Lois explains to Clark that she needs bylines, a lot of them, and good ones. Readership numbers were kept lit. Perry kept a lid on readership numbers, but she had a look. And, well, yeah. That could be it for the planet. Well, Daily Planet. Two-Rand deals with the bank vault break-in. Once again, Lois reading it at her and Clark's place and saying, it's heavy on the ennui. Though, and Clark reminds her he doesn't like talking about himself. However, something that was in the office mail for Clark. A decoder ring for the Order of the Black Lamp, with the explanation that, as well as a piece of paper with 4 points. The Order of the Black Lamp is explained. It was an old TV character, ace pilot and hero, named Hop Harrigan, who Clark loved as a kid. Mailed away for the decoder ring. Joined Hop's secret Order of the Black Lamp. The ring didn't do much, glowed in the dark. Maybe, nothing special. And so when the lights are turned off, though, it does glow, and a map, as well as the message "Save Me," is sealed on a piece of paper. The idea that perhaps Clark Kent could write this story following Superman on this adventure with with someone helping him, someone directly involved, like Superman. And the ring appears to be more than just a standard decoder ring. Then our final story of the issue is Heroes of Tomorrow, which appears to be a one-off story set in would seem a future Gotham City. Two brothers are attacked by a flying robot, and Batman shows up to save them. Does so, and turns out the two kids. Well, after the robot turns out to be Joker, the two kids reveal themselves to be brothers named Richard and Jason. Richard is clearly slightly older than Jason, and they're looking for their brother. Presumably their brother named Tim. And the story ends with Batman saying, Richard, Jason, let's find your brother. That is also where the issue ends. Okay, alright. I mean, it's an anthology book, so the tone's a little, the tone's going to be all over the place, obviously, depending on the characters. But I really like that last one. I wish that was not just a one and done. I'd like to be proven right that their brother's name is Tim, for example. Next up, we've got Black Adam number 11. Where we left off, Malik had seen Black Adam kissing Jasmine and was not happy about this, though Jasmine was in fact possessed by Ishtar. So Theo Adam goes to speak with a priest that he knows in the confessional, but well, not doing a confession. Tells the priest what happened. Ishtar departs Jasmine's body, with Ishtar assuring Adam that either way, he will be hers. But a war has started between Kahndaq and Sanheoli, a tiny island state in the Far East, who launched an airstrike in support of Kahndaq's growing democracy movement. But while trying to defend against fighting against Sanheoli forces, the Akkad of War, Nergal showed up. But Adam also talked some with Ebach once again, who also joined in, fighting against the Sanheoli forces. Back in D.C., Malik is with his niece as well as Shep. When their building is attacked by Sargon, leader of the Akkad. Turns out, though, that Adam seemingly defeated Nergal, who turned into dust, and so Adam said Shazam and became Theo. Though the priest suggested perhaps there was a point where he considered not turning back, with the priest pointing out that an immortal who long ago lost touch with his own humanity, any genuine human experience, even terror, is like a drug. But Shep calls for Adam's aide, Shep has managed to save Malik's niece, and Sargon attempts to put the mask of the Akkad on Malik when Adam shows up and stops him, defeating Sargon, which separates Sargon from his host, Sargon the Sorcerer. But turns out, though, that that was all part of the plan, as the mask of Sargon has seemingly assimilated Black Adam. And that is where the issue ends. This is also the next to last issue of the miniseries, so I have some ideas as to how things will resolve, but we'll see it in a month. And then moving on to our last book for the moment, or for the week, we've got Titans #1. I love that Jim Lee cover. So, Dick Grayson, Nightwing, was asked by the Trinity to basically form a new Justice League. And he somewhat agreed, saying, yes, with an asterisk. Only it's not going to be a Justice League. It's going to be the Titans. So the issue begins. The Flash has been shot. Stops off to tell his family that he loves them. Gets to the Flash Museum, activates the cosmic treadmill. Go back in time. Back in the Titans, it's opening day of Titans Tower, and Raven and Beast Boy wake up. Beast Boy's sleep changing. And, well, Raven's there for him. Elsewhere, Donna and Dick go to recruit original Titans founder Garth. Now, back then going by Aqualad, now going by Tempest, and, well, he's working with someone else at the moment. But Titans Tower opens in Bloodhaven. And as the Titans are about to walk in, the question does come up of, while rooms were set up, yeah, Wally doesn't have a room. Wally's married with kids. They weren't sure whether to set up separate rooms for Raven and Beast Boy, or just a room for the two of them. And so it's made clear that at least for the time being, they will be sharing a room, and likely made clear to everyone gathered at the building's opening. But Oracle informs the Titans of an emergency at a nuclear power plant. Apparently, Titano is attacking said plant. Cyborg does what he can to get everyone out, while Beast Boy deals with Titano. Well, actually, the Titans do what they can to get everyone out, not just Cyborg. Cyborg is dealing with containing the potential meltdown. Manages to do so. And as things are wrapping up, Peacemaker arrives, giving orders to kill Titano. Though Dick stops him with it being pointed out that Titan is far enough away from the plant, and so Donna Troy and Starfire knock out Titan, who's taken into custody. And an offer is made by Peacemaker on behalf of the president to the Titans. Basically, work for the be a government-sponsored super team. They decline. With Peacemaker adding, that your president is asking you to serve your country. To which Donna replies, "It's not her country," and Starfire adds, "It's not even her world," and with Raven further adding that she was born in another dimension. But Peacemaker lets Waller know that, the Titans replied exactly as she figured they would. They're going to be a problem for them. Upon returning to the Titans Tower, they find some blood. Following the trail, noting the tread marks are clearly Wally's, they find Wally West's dead body. Now, all the computer screens in the control room say, "Solve it." And that is where the issue ends. Clearly, Wally is not going to be dead. I think DC kind of learned, hey, let's not kill Wally West, especially after we ignored him for a good few years. But anyway, solid start to the book. Honestly, it's been a while since I've read Titans ongoing. I remember I started reading that Titans Blood Pack miniseries, which honestly I need to get the remaining issues one way or the other. But solid start. I'm looking forward to seeing how the whole thing how it all plays out, especially seeing as how the Dawn of DC timeline image, as it gets further points of a reveal, have shown that the Justice League's coming back later on this year. So let's see how that all ties together. But anyway, that's going to do it for now. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Huge thanks to Patreon patron Xander Lee. Thank you for your support. Links to the giveaway launch video, as well as my Facebook, Twitter, Patreon, and PayPal can be found in the description box down below. This is Rock and Roll Spock signing off, saying, live long and rock hard.